All right, cool. So it says that we are effectively streaming. If you're tuning in right now, thanks for popping on. What we're actually going to do today is we're going to go into some detail about a recently executed restaurant marketing campaign that resulted in a 900% ROI, 164 subscribers that we can reach out to at will for free at this point, and then a net sales of $107.41, and that's going to be from $100 in ad spend. So let's see here. I'm going to do a quick little screen share here. Move that. All right. So again, really quick, we're basically going to go into all of the details to describe this really successful campaign that we recently ran for a local Colorado restaurant by the name of Wood Paddle Pizza. 900% ROI, 164 subscribers added to their list so they can reach out to those people that will. We're also going to go into how this campaign establishes relationships with new customers to sequentially turn them into loyal customers, and how we go about tracking all of this so that you have a really clear representation of what kind of results your efforts are yielding. And then if you hang out all the way to the end, we're also going to have a little bonus tip on there. So definitely don't miss out. So really quick, who I am, my name is Trey McDaniel. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer and founder of Expansion Marketing Services. And my story is essentially, I was at one point managing a restaurant. I managed some corporate restaurants, some mom and pop restaurants, and eventually found myself in a position where I was managing a restaurant and also managing their social media. Which opened up the opportunity for me to start experimenting with running campaigns for these restaurants, and had a lot of success with that, and ultimately decided, this is what I need to be doing with my energy full time. I primarily work with fast casual restaurants, sit-down restaurants that are looking to grow and get to multiple locations, and some of my favorite customers are noted right down there. Wing Cut Aurora, family-owned restaurant since 2001, Aurora staple, deeply embedded in the community, and recently established really popular trendy restaurant Wood Paddle Pizza and Tap, also based in Aurora. So diving straight into this, this is actually the report for the campaign that we executed, and this is how we do all of our reporting. We kind of boiled it down to their first month. You can see that there was $100 ad spend. The reach on the campaign was a little over 4,000. Engagement, comments, likes, zero. Who cares about that, right? No one can deposit likes in their bank account, as some of my mentors like to say. But that's all good. A couple of post shares, opt-ins, 164. Like I said, this campaign actually established a subscriber list that we can now reach out to at will for free. And that's actually one of the biggest components of the marketing strategy that we try to leverage. We try to create a broadcasting platform for our restaurants. That way they're not having to pay money out of pocket or rely on organic posts every time they want to reach their audience and drive traffic into the store. Couple other things: average check amount, 28.36, redemption percentage, 19.51%. That's actually really well. So out of those 4,000 people that came in, or that got shown the ad rather, almost 20% of them turned into paying customers. Redemptions, 32 redemptions, average check again, and then of course net sales, which is $107.41, and that's just based on that $100 ad spend. So that being said, now you know the results, we're going to actually dive into what we did to get these results. So this campaign is essentially composed of these elements. So we have Instagram and Facebook ads that then lead into Messenger, that then lead into email, and then so we actually, just to kind of go into depth this a little bit, once we get the customer's attention from the Facebook or Instagram ad, we then bring them into Messenger, where we get them to opt in to SMS, email, and of course Messenger. So that's 3 locations that we can then communicate with the customer with after their initial offer. And then lastly, we optimize and we track the success of our marketing efforts using Google Sheets. So that's kind of going back a little bit. You can see that's a Google Sheets representation of the results. So moving forward, so this is an actual example of the ad itself. Try to move this, hopefully you guys can see it. Now the ad, usually we do about a 3-mile radius around the restaurant, but you really do have to think about what works for your restaurant. In some cases, it may not make sense to do a 3-mile radius. I know, but we've seen scenarios where we've been able to use like the analytics from Google My Business to see that specific zip codes were really where the primary bulk of their customers resided. So we just zeroed in on that zip code, right? Truth of the matter is people aren't going to drive more than 3 miles to go to your restaurant, unless they're really into it. But if they've never heard of you, they don't know who you are, probably want to keep that radius to about 3 miles. So once we get the customer to react to the ad, they then agree to send us a message in order to take advantage of the offer. This is what they see once they send us a message. So you can see here, it just tells them what the offer is again, lets them know they're going to be joining the MVP community. This could really be anything as far as a VIP club or anything like that, whatever is appealing for you, But the whole point is you want to communicate the fact that the customer is joining your community or your subscriber list, right? So once that pops up, they're going to get their free pizza, buy one, get one pizza. They're like, awesome, super excited. They go ahead and they claim the offer. Now, this is the other key component. This is where the opt-in happens. And I actually didn't mention this, but this campaign uses ManyChat. So if you're not familiar with ManyChat, you definitely want to familiarize yourself with this before you try to pull this off. It's really not too complicated. No, you can dive in there. There's a lot of tutorials online that you can use to figure it out. But the long and the short of it is you can see here that the email and the phone number that the customer provides is actually auto-populated from Facebook. So, it goes without saying that in order for the customer to actually claim this offer, they have to have Messenger on the phone. But if you haven't noticed, Messenger is quite popular these days. They have about 1.3 billion users daily. And the general consensus is that Messenger is the new email in the sense that it hasn't had an opportunity to get ruined by marketers yet in the same capacity as email, but the open rates for Messenger are just absolutely crazy. You're looking at like 80% open rates, sometimes even higher than that if you've got a really dedicated audience. So that's key component right there, getting that customer information, establishing that relationship so that you can reach out to them and make sure that they come back again, because it's not just about that one contact, right? It's about building a relationship with the customer. So we can see here, this is now the actual offer that the customer gets. This is all taking place in Messenger, guys. So on the customer's phone. And we all know how it is when you're scrolling on the phone, see a really great offer, you might just impulse react. That I'm sure that happens a lot. But so all the details of the offer are right here. And also, this is another key component, the redeem button that you can see down here in the bottom. With the redeem button, it actually removes the coupon from the customer's phone when they use it. So I know I see a lot of restaurants that use, show this offer at the cash register or mention this post when you come in, and those are okay, but those, by my assistant, are not trackable or quantifiable ways to distribute offers. I mean, most people are not going to take advantage probably, but there's always going to be some people who are going to, potentially take advantage of that. And that's why we like this method, because once the customer hits redeem now, that's it. The coupon goes away and they're good to go. So moving on, one of the other things that we like to do is we like to confirm the check amount with the customer once they place the order. So you can see this follow-up message. Sometimes we replace this with a survey, but in this particular case, it was just a quick question of how much your order was. Again, I don't know if I mentioned this, but all of this information that we're collecting here, the email, the phone number, the check amount, all that information is going to automatically get fed into a Google Sheets document, which I'll show you guys here in a minute. That really allows you to kind of have that information in one place. And then if you have like a CRM or like a email campaign service that you like to use, it's super easy to just get that up in there and get it working. Last thing here is actually we encourage the customer to share this offer with some of their friends. Once they claim it for themselves, we say, hey, why not share this with some of your friends? And that probably did wonders to increase our reach on this campaign. So again, popping back over here. This is how we do our reporting. Just to go in a little bit of detail, we basically report on 3 main components. And if you're pulling this campaign off on your own, these are probably the 3 things that you want to focus on, or at the very least be aware of. Exposure, so how many people are getting exposed to your restaurant concept and ultimately becoming aware of. Database, which is your subscriber list. How many people are basically agreeing to be in a relationship with you or let you contact them in the future. And then, of course, the most important, sales. So those are the 3 that we focus on. And yeah, that's pretty much exactly what we did, guys. Just another quick breakdown to get these results. We started things off with a Facebook ad offering this free pizza, buy one, get one free pizza. That Facebook ad then resulted in them sending us a message where we have a message sequence set up in ManyChat that's going to collect their information. So now they're on your subscriber list, and then they're available to you to send offers to in the future. So that's it. That's basically it. So a little bonus tip for you guys. As you progress with this strategy, right? One of the things that we find to be really important is you don't want to cannibalize your old customers or create a scenario where you have customers repetitively taking advantage of this offer, especially if it is something that's pretty hefty, like a buy one, get one offer, which honestly are probably the best offers in our opinion. That's what we try to do in most cases. It's just buy one, get ones, because they just yield the best results. And think about it. If you go to a restaurant with buy one, get one offer, what are you going to do? You're going to bring a friend with you, right? So that's going to increase the average check right there. Just the fact that they're going to want to be encouraged to bring more people. But that being said, what you're going to want to do, and actually let me show you guys this. I wanted to show you show you guys what the subscriber list looks like as it autofills, because each time someone goes through this funnel, their information, I have this blacked out for privacy purposes, but you can see here, boom, we have their name, their email, their phone number, the amount that they spent on their first visit, and then the date of the interaction. So as this information feeds into the spreadsheet, let's see here, what you can ultimately do and what you really need to do to make this campaign super effective is you exclude these people in the following month. So let's say this is, all of this data is from the first month for this campaign. Everything went great, successful. We got a bunch of people on the list. We're going to now exclude those 164 people from our next month campaign. That way, we're only engaging with new customers or people who have yet to actually act on the offer, and kind of really establishing ourselves as focusing on new customers, all right? So that's one bonus tip for you guys. The other bonus tip is going to be, and this one might be obvious for some people, but you'd be surprised how many restaurants, our restaurant owners I talk to who don't know about this, but Facebook Pixel on the website, okay? If you don't know what the Facebook Pixel is, it's basically just a little tool created by Facebook that you install on your website that allows you to track and review historical data about who's been to your website. That means you can advertise directly to the people who have been to your website and, essentially re-engage them at will. So that's going to be my bonus tips for you guys. If you guys have any questions about this campaign, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook, Trey X McDaniel. You can hit me up on Expansion Marketing Services, Facebook as well, or you could even just call or text me if you want. Hope everyone's having a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day, and yeah, take care.